Welcome to HDPP Live on a Saturday night to the UK and around the world with photos, memories and friends. This is HDPP Live. How are you this evening? Are you all well?
Hinckley District has the present for you, meeting friends old and new. Streaming Wednesdays and Saturdays too, with founder members Paul and Sue. The smiles that we bring are a heritage thing. HDPP, keeping history alive. HDPP, streaming HDPP live. Where local memories survive. HDPP, streaming HDPP live. Film clips, photos, memories and friends helps a dreary night go by. We're in Hinckley's six of the best, stupendous, quizzical high. The smiles that we bring are a heritage thing. HDPP, keeping history alive. HDPP, streaming HDPP live. Where local memories survive. HDPP, streaming HDPP live. Let's take you back in time. A community affair. We'll take you for a ride. Henson's Cab will take you there. We're making history. HDPP, chatroom applauses. History aside. Local causes. HDPP, streaming HDPP live. Betty is our queen bee. The sweetest honey candy. Dangerous Den here again. HDPP live. Hey, you know we keep it in HDPP.
Oh, here we go again. Good evening. Oh, hello. Oh, cooey. Woohoo. Hello, how are you? Good evening. Welcome to the programme. Hang on, I haven't put my light on. Just a minute. There we go. I thought I looked a bit dim. Mind you, that's how I look normally. Good evening, welcome to the programme and HDPP Live on a Sunday evening. Great. So many people have joined us in the chat room. I always like to see how quickly the chat room fills up, and it's always fun every night to see quickly. It starts with, it's usually Daniel Coburn is first in usually, but tonight he was beaten well down the list, I can tell you, because Ian Roberts was in before I'd even had a chance to sit down. So hi Ian, and it's great that all of you find there's nothing else better on the TV, so you might as well enjoy this whole rubbish here. But it's always good that I'm not sitting here talking to myself, because, by the way, do you like to? A question I've been meaning to ask for the last few shows actually. Do the viewers like to see? Do you like to see the chat room at the side there? Just there, look there. Do you like the chat room in vision, or do you like it when, let's say, there's a bigger picture so you can see? I don't know. I think it works okay. Just let me know. I'm really interested. But anyway, while that's getting out there, so Ian Roberts is here. Good evening, Ian. And as always, another one gets straight in from Western-super-Mare. David Blower done good tonight. Oh, and I am told reliably. And looking around, look at the room in here. I'm inside Anne Hunt's TV. It's massive. It really is. Instead of being cramped up on that mobile and that tablet, it's feeling, massive. It's massive in here. We can have a dance. Anyway, lovely. Pat Galloway's here with a big cooey. So nice one back. Say Dave Blower's here as well. Paul Glover. Hi, Paul. How you doing? All right. You all settled in down your pad now, I assume. Dave Allen, all the way from Boston in Lincolnshire, is there. Russett's here from up to A5. Yes, she's looking forward to all the wonderful chat in the room tonight. Great. Let's hope we can keep you well and truly happy there. Mrs. Poldark is here. Oh, hello. Lovely. I'm glad you're here, Kit. Lovely. And say Daniel Coburn here as well, asking everyone, please remember to like every video we do. Just put the thumbs up, like. And like I said, or equally better, if you subscribe. If you subscribe, you also get a notification when we go live, you see. So it reminds you. Okay, but Jeff, who's in Brig, and Anna, who's in Hinckley. Yeah, it works for them. So there you go. Also, Carol's here tonight. Good day, Carol. She's not a bad Sheila, you know. Clive Armstrong's here. So that was terrible, Gardner. Dennis Dangerous Den is here as well. Hi, Dangerous Den. He said, I've just finished the washing up. So the wife has let him go upstairs and watch it on his computer. So well done. Jan Kerb is here. Hi, Jan. Lovely to see you yesterday. You and Mike, bless you. When you come in to see us on a scanning session, as you did yesterday in St Mary's Church, Mike always goes and gets us a cup of tea or coffee, because sometimes we don't get a chance to leave our posts depending on how busy we are. So thanks for that, Jan, Mike. It is very much appreciated. Also, hello. Oh, Queen Beer's arrived at last. Good. That means we can start. That's good. And Kath Denny's here as well. Russett's here. As we've said, Julie Jeffcott's here. Dave Eggington. Greetings from Skeggy. Hey, good old Skeggy. You can't beat a little bit of Skeggy, can you? There you go. Just drop your seat down a bit. I think my camera's gone funny. Also, yes, Carol Beezer, we're just talking about the chat room. And do you like to see the chat? Or not? And basically, it seems that people like the chat when I'm doing the links, if you like we do now. I didn't know whether some people found it distraction or indeed whether they couldn't read it, because I have to think about people that are probably watching on their mobile phone, so they wouldn't be able to see it. If you're watching on a tablet, you've got more of a chance to see it. But what I like about it, it shows that we are live and people are interacting with us. That's the reason we do it, okay? I'm particularly thinking of people who watch us, who probably don't watch us live, but certainly watch us in a week. And we've got good figures for people watching us afterwards. You know what I mean? So it's good to see those figures, but it gives them a chance to see, exactly how it goes on. Anyway. Dave B. I watch on a big screen anyway, with the YouTube chat showing at the side. You see, it's amazing what you can do on the canal, isn't it? Gary Bettle is here, watching a bit further south, looking after the little brats while their mum and dad are in Portugal. There you go, Gary. I knew you'd find your vocation somewhere. Well done, mate. Elaine Galloway is here. Oh, the crop's here. It was fun yesterday. Marie, Alan, lovely to come and have a chat with you while we were scanning yesterday. Bless you. I'm glad you joined, and I hope you started looking, because I gave you a little clue as to one of the questions in 6 of the Best tonight. Do that in just a few moments' time. Elaine's here, Kath Denny's here, Julie Jeff. We've mentioned everybody. Right, okay. First of all, because it's exciting tonight. Why is it exciting? Well, we've got 6 of the Best. We've got some a repeat feature of one of our regular films. We've got some more classic ads for you as well tonight. But first, we are excited. And the reason we are excited is because for those people that live here in Hinckley will know we've got some visitors. We have some visitors here in the skies over Hinckley. It's true, I tell you, it's true. And here they are. We've got peregrine falcons at St Mary's Church. There you can see them there. They've got some great photographs here sent to me via Tina Weatherby. And these are, I'm going to just knock them on quickly. So here, look at this, beautiful, but aren't they fantastic pictures? They're nesting in St Mary's Church on the battlements. Steve Townsend, got to give him a message and a good shout out, because Steve has made like a nesting box up there, and it's encouraged them to come and nest. And like I say, we have an egg. The egg has arrived. Now, whether there is any more over this weekend, I don't know yet. But if you want to, I mean, it's great. You can go to the church and you can see them. They are on view. They really are. And they're fantastic. Flying around they are and what have you. And you can see, as I say, these wonderful pictures from Tina go to show they're really at home there. And because now, hopefully, they're going to start breeding, an egg has arrived, so we are well chuffed. So we will keep you updated with how they are. Just scrolling through the pictures very quickly so you can see Tina's done a grand job. There we go. All right. So that is the Peregrines of Hinckley. We ought to have had a fanfare there, hadn't we? But with with no further to do on that, it's time straight away for 6 of the best. Now, before we go in, as usual, 6 questions. There's local knowledge, there's true or false, there's all that. Now, remember, do not, whatever you do not put your answers in the chat room, because people nick your answers. You don't think, oh, yeah, that's right. Yeah. Okay, so please don't do that. Otherwise, you'll be in the right mess. So we're going to go for 6 of the best. Now, what I don't know is where it's going to start today, to be honest. So we've got the questions. You're all ready. I'm all ready. 6 of the best it is, and we get it spot on straight away. Now then, so Alan and Marie, this is what I was referring to yesterday. I didn't tell you exactly what it was, other than it was down by the entrance of the church. Yeah. And there's question number 1. What is the date on the Hinckley Town chest in St Mary's Church? One of those is the correct answer. But which one is it? It's an old chest, you know. But which is the actual date that's inscribed on the Hinckley Town chest? And town spelt with with an E on the end on the actual chest. But it's great. It's always been there. As you go into the church through the north door, it's on the right-hand side. So there we go. Now, let's move on. So that is question number 1. Question number 2. Now then, there were 2 great fires of London, which destroyed the whole city. Now, the first was in 1666, as we all know, but when was the second one? Good question, Paul. I think that works a treat. Absolutely it does. Now, so that is question number 2. Lovely. Question number 3 comes up now with a true or false. And as we've just been talking about, currently to be seen in the skies above Hinckley, a peregrine falcon is the fastest bird in the world. True or false? Question number 4. Guess the year. This was the year that Mikhail Gorbachev becomes the premier of the Soviet Union and Dennis Taylor beats Steve Davis on that final black. Yeah, remember that. But what year was it? That is our Guess the Year question today. And now, where am I? I'll leave it on the screen just for a moment. Where am I? Once again, somewhere in England, looking over the rooftops. But where am I? What am I looking at? Yeah, I'll leave it there just a few moments' time. Now, make sure you got your pens ready, because the anagram is coming up now. Here's the anagram question. Croatian request typographer. I'll leave that on the screen so David Blower and John Denny can write all the letters down. Now, this anagram has been tested and proved by Mrs. G. She said, yes, everything's all there. There is no extra letters here, there, or anywhere. And anyway, rearrange Croatian request typographer. And it should lead you to an ex-industrial site, a village and an ex-industrial site. So it's not in Hinckley, but we're at a village somewhere on an ex-industrial site. That's as much as I'm going to say. All right? So I'll leave it there just a few moments, and then we can go through the questions one more time, if you like. That is, if you know what I mean. Right, okay. Here we go then. So, question number 1. What is the date on the Hinckley Town chest in St Mary's Church? One of them is the correct answer. Question number 2. There are 2 great fires of London which destroyed the whole city. The first in 1666 and the second in... Ooh, which one's that? Question number 3, true or false, currently seen in the skies above Hinckley. A peregrine falcon, or 2 now, is the fastest bird in the world. Meep, meep. Just like the Roadrunner. Is that true, or is it false? Number 4, guess the year. Mikhail Gorbachev becomes Premier of the Soviet Union and Dennis Taylor beats Steve Davis on that final black. What was the year? Ooh. Where am I? I wish I knew sometimes. My script here is just totally out of sync with me today. Oh, yeah, here it is, right. Where am I? That's what I'm asking you to have a look. I think it's relatively easy today. We're in Hinckley somewhere, but where? And finally, question number 6. Croatian request topographer. Rearrange that to give you a village and an ex-industrial site. There. Mrs. G got it, so like I say, it's good. Alan Cropsen, by the way, he says thank you, but we still haven't got the answer. Oh dear. Well, anyway, we're going to be going over those a few times during the course of this evening. We've got quite a lot on this evening, so let's see how we do. Mr. Nosy has joined us in the chat room as well. Hi, Steve. We've got a nosy tonight, of course. Yes, we have. So it's all going to be a good night. Now, such has been the popularity of our classic ads lately, I found a 5-minute clip of classic ads. I thought we'd throw that in first for good measure. I think they're great, these classic ads. And how many can you remember? 5 minutes worth now of classic ads, what we all grew up with.
Hey, Eddie, how come you're such a big hit with the girls?
You can tell from what I'm drinking that I'm really kind of smooth, oh yeah. I'll take a Pepsi from the counter and a stroll up to the booth, oh yeah. And when I get to where they're sitting, that's my chance to treat this kid and stroke. Let's see.
It's like a Pepsi Cola.
I take another sip and I kiss them on the lips, oh yeah. They don't put up a battle when I make the ice cubes rattle. My social life is busy since I've been buying lots of Pepsi.
It's like a Pepsi Cola. It's like a Pepsi Cola.
Oh yeah.
It's like a Pepsi Cola.
Don't strain yourself, Harry. Old Harry couldn't strain a cup of tea.
Not so much as the old.
Little left joviality, lads. Come on, Harry. Ease up.
When a good cup of tea really counts, you're right to drink Brook Bond PG Tips. It's the tea you can really taste.
Harry, I hear they're looking for a good man with a pick to dig the Channel Tunnel.
Leave off, I can't swim.
Coming out to play, Ben? Can't, I haven't done my tea yet. Are you coming to my party tomorrow, then? Can't, I'm playing football. But we're having your favourites, then. Beef burgers. Oh, I'm going to have beef burgers.
Ben, your beef burgers are getting cold.
Well, except for the ones my mum buys.
Bird's Eye Beef Burgers, made with at least 80% beef.
Excuse me, could you tell me the way to the library?
Oh, aye. Go round to the Three Ferrets, turn left. They serve John Smith's bitter there, you know. Go past the Merry Monk, they don't, till you get to the Dragon's Tail. They do. Then right at the Swan, and oh, they serve a lovely pint there. Hang on, I'll come with you.
John Smith's Bitter. For book lovers everywhere.
Everyone's a fruit and a nut case. It really is a must for modest dancers. The nuts are so nutritious, the fruit is so fruititious, and connoisseurs of chocolate pronounce it quite delicious. Everyone's a fruit and a nut case. It contains a special F&N ingredient. For healthy recreation, what a combination. Cadbury's, fruit and nut. Good tune, isn't it?
At the river mouth, the bears catch only the tastiest, most tender salmon. Which is exactly what we at John West want.
Oh, look, an eagle.
John West endure the worst to bring you the best.
I'm going to tell you how it's going to be. with Scotch's lifetime guarantee. Tape what you want both night and day. Then re-record, not fade away. Re-record, not fade away. Re-record, not fade away.
Every recording as good as the first, or we'll give you a new tape. You can watch Scotch forever.
Re-record, not fade away.
We're in Bolton, and me and the gang are in town to do another doorstep challenge. I'm all perusing as it's floating. Hello, would you swap these 2 large packets of ordinary powder for your 1 packet of biological powder? Yeah. Yeah.
After a hard morning's workout, you'll need something quick and nutritious, like Cadbury Smash. Real potato pieces that ripple with vitamin C, leaving you raring to go.
Get Smash.
Hey, don't move. Nana.
Think twice what to do with your last rotor.
Oh, brilliant. That was great. Because I hadn't seen all of that sequence. But it was great to see that re-record, not fade away, and all that. And I love the window cleaner one with the guy going to the pub. Fantastic. Great to see them. They don't make adverts like that anymore. Let's face it, sometimes you don't even know what they're advertising. Let's face it. No, you really, really don't. So there you go. Classic adverts we've been featuring over the last few weeks here on HDPP. Right, okay then. Just a reminder that our social night coming up a week on Wednesday in Clare, in colour. There you go. You may have seen the pictures. Never before in colour. Coming along on the 26th of April, the Greyhound, of course. Looking forward to that. We might have to do it in 2 parts. We've got so many pictures to show you, which I'm sure you're going to enjoy. So that is on our social night coming up very, very soon. Have you been to the museum yet? Open tomorrow, you know. They had a good day yesterday, apparently. I've been talking to them. Jan Kirby was on teas and coffees, you know. Yeah, she was doing a good job, apparently. So well done. And anyway, go along, see the museum as usual. Always well worth it indeed. It so is. Right then, we're going to go have one of our classic features now. One of Stuart Watson's, because we haven't. I'm looking on mine. On the log. We haven't screened this for over 6 months. Can you believe that? I know, incredible. So we're going to do that. In the meantime, keep the chat going in the chat room, and we'll be back after we've had a look at Hinckley.
Hinckley and its immediate closely associated villages have a fascinating historical background of development. However, physical features, many of which are possibly within living memory, have a more significant story to tell, and so to be reminded in pictures of the past and the present, together with some long forgotten events and happenings, may help to determine if it is for better or for worse. With the use of modern digital photography, a comparison of a few scenes from the late 19th and early 20th centuries and images of today, taken where possible on the same spot, will illustrate in many cases the radical developments that have taken place. Perhaps the Church of St. Mary's has remained unchanged more than any other, as seen here from a sketch dating from 1850 with its outer boundaries void of trees, but today it's completely surrounded, and in the summer period when the trees are in full foliage, it provides a sheltered area. Just prior to 1905, this photograph taken from above the clock of the church tower. On the lower front left, this photograph shows the Globe Inn, no longer there, and the Midland Bank had been built. The property on the lower right today houses Flavel's the solicitors. The upper floors of the buildings on Regent Street are today reflections of years gone by, with only a few minor alterations having taken place, although at street level new shop frontages have appeared. From the lower portion of the marketplace, a not too different image exists. The George Inn on the right of the picture, although an inn, from here you could hire a carriage for a funeral or wedding, and billions could be played within. It has been replaced with a new hostelry, but the church dominates the overall scene. Semi-pedestrianisation has been installed, and the regular street market features still continue. Unrecognisable with today's scene, the building here has long since been replaced on the corner of Station Road and the marketplace with the HSBC Bank. Throughout this film, many of the photographs show the relaxed atmosphere of people strolling on the trafficless roads. Remembered by many, Hinckley's equivalent of Fortnum and Mason, Simpkin and James, an upmarket delicatessen of the day. The main structure carrying the same upper window design, but the colourful shop frontage fitting to Kentucky Fried Chicken. Close study of the posters in the old shop windows illustrates their pride in selling only British products. I wonder from where today's products come. Turning through 180 degrees and looking down the borough around 1910, past the Castle Cafeteria, we see in the distance the Union Public House. From this spot, the overall picture has not changed significantly. At the head of the marketplace there existed the Bull's Head Inn and Hotel, a major hotel in the town with 30 rooms and stabling for more than 100 horses to the rear. During the early 19th century, the Prime Minister of England, George Canning, stayed here on one occasion, and he was reported as describing it as the vilest inn in the nastiest town, in the dirtiest county that imagination can conceive. A new image has replaced this, with currently the Woolwich Building Society offices, and on the first floor level are regular transmissions of the Foss radio programmes. And now a view up Castle Street from around the 1910 era. No problems with traffic and walking on the street. A thriving shopping street with a whole range and variety of shops. As you enter the lower corner, the remaining buildings reflect what did exist. But as you climb up the now pedestrianised street, most have been replaced with new shops and premises. Although in the years prior to the construction of Hollier's Walk and Castle Street was the only through road, traffic jams became very frequent. It's said that in the days of horse-drawn traffic there were often mini disasters with the animals on the steep drop on wet, muddy road conditions. As seen in Victorian days at the junction of Castle Street with Church Walk, but looking down, gives the impression of many more and a wider variety of shops. The upper part of the buildings at the left of this photograph can still be recognised in the current premises of today, and if studied closely, original lead gutterings still exist. Moving to Upper Castle Street, now appearing to be the centre for estate agencies, and in fact in 1778, number 11, the house standing back with double gables, was the home of the Hinckley Grammar School prior to its closure. Grimm's Lane, renamed new buildings, has seen many changes, the major one being the removing of the Wesleyan Chapel in 1969 and showing a completely different top to Stockwell Head. The old police station partway down Stockwell Head was replaced in 1937, but the attached magistrates' court, seen here on the extreme left, still remains and in fact houses living style. Maybe the prison cells still exist below. Baptist Walk and the offices of Frank Downs Builders are a prevailing feature. The junction of Stockwell Head and Council Road was once the factory site of Moore, Eady, Murcott and Good. This building, donated to the town in the 1960s, was completely renovated and produced the ever-popular Concordia Theatre. Constantly being modernised, it's the envy of many other cities and towns throughout the UK. The late 1800s and back into Regent Street, known as Duck Paddle Lane, and semi-rural. On the extreme left of this photograph, poplar trees prior to High Cross being built. The junction with Coventry Road in the far distance. Partway back along Regent Street, Blockley's Yard and other jitties. Millington's Bakery may be remembered, and of recent years Oakley Solicitors, which at one period has evidence of having been a motor garage with two men awaiting for customers to drive in. This sign of the motor garage shows evidence of some enterprising entrepreneur. Across the road at the corner of the Horse Fair and George Street stood Edward's Garage with the charabancs for trips to Leicester and into the country. Having financial success with a small hosiery venture linked with a craft margarine promotion, the Edwards Centre was constructed in the late 1950s. Considered to be one of the oldest photographs of Hinckley, these old Tudor cottages were sold in 1866 to the church authorities. They were then demolished and within 2 years replaced by the Congregational Chapel, officially opened in 1868. A fine building which had concerts with the celebrated contralto Kathleen Ferrier performing. To the rear, in the 17th century, there had been a theatre, in which the balcony had collapsed on 2 occasions. Just visible on the right of the screen, the Congregational Chapel is set back from the shop premises on Regent Street. Still in existence, the chapel, now United Reformed Church, has a completely different variety of shops. Market and horse-drawn transport in the borough around 1905 created a busy atmosphere in the town, and today on market days its popularity is accompanied with the NetWest Bank, which used to be Pars Bank, Leicestershire, and McDonald's, to mention a few. "1956 saw one of the well-attended carnivals and parades passing along Regent Street from the Congregational Chapel. To the right of the chapel was Orcott's bottling premises, being the locality's representative of Marston's Ales. Around the corner behind the Union pub was the restricted Trinity Lane and the Bluebell Lodging House. During the 1930s, the town surveyor Mr. Jack Featherstone was the main architect for town reconstruction and slum clearance. The abolition of the Bluebell to widen the road, leaving the Rutland Arms and in the distance the Dog and Gun. Believed to date from the mid-17th century, these cottages on Lower Bond Street were presented to the town by the Atkins Family Company to create a period museum. Continuous maintenance is necessary, and the museum houses a fine collection of local memorabilia and is open at weekends and bank holidays during the summer each year. In the early 1900s, a few yards further up Bond Street at the junction with the Hollycroft was the Manor House, an isolation sanatorium with boarded up windows believed to prevent the escape of germs. This was demolished in 1934 to create a new police station. This was completed and opened in April 1937 and today is one of the major junctions in the town. Turning left and down the Hollycroft in 1905, we see a typical country lane scene, with grass verges to both sides of the road, but a fine stand of trees on the right, which are part of the Hollycroft Park, opened in 1935. Co-op shops were many around the town, and the traditional ankle-length aprons here from 1906 at the corner of Wells Lane was the Co-op Bakery. The building, with its still functional feature clock, has been well preserved by Sellers Funeral Undertakers. The Elmley Hotel on Ashby Road has seen very little change since 1920. Although it's had a variety of uses, it's still a distinctive property on this main road into the town. The junction of Derby Road, Leicester Road, New Buildings and Holliers Walk had a major change from the factory of Samuel Davis and Sons, hosiery manufacturers, which used to have within its yards a Wesleyan chapel. Do-it-yourself towards the end of the 20th century saw the emergence of B&Q, but its traffic light system still appears to be the same. Two doors along from De Montfort Street on the Leicester Road in 1921 had the manse stood in rural surroundings, hardly giving the impression of a main road from Leicester through Hinckley to Coventry. Even today, since the construction of the Northern Perimeter Road, this major road is no longer rural but a well-developed area on the eastern approach to Hinckley. The manse now obstructed by the growth of the fine silver birch trees on its boundaries.
Okay then, we're going to jump out there and we're going to do Barwell and Ilshilton next week, okay, because we've got so much to get in. I know you're enjoying it. In fact, looking in the chat room there, poor old Dave B, he's giving up on the anagram. Dave, don't be like that now, come on now. Jeff has got the anagram. Yep, he's got it, he's clever. It says here on this £5 note. Anyway, so we'll do Barwell and Shilton next week as part 2 to that, because we've got to watch the time, because we've got a nosy to do yet, and we've still got to go through the questions of course, 6 of the best. Here they come again. How are you doing with things so far? Now, don't give up, David. Have another go at the anagram. I promise you should know it. Question number 1. What is the date on the Hinckley Town chest in St Mary's Church? One of them is the correct answer, of course. Right. Oh, Jan's already asking. Give us another clue, Paul. I'll think about it. Question 2. 2 Great Fires of London. Yeah. But which one? But basically, what was the second one? We all know the 1666 one. But when was the other one? Ooh. Question number 3. And we've been talking about the peregrine falcons above the skies in here at Hinckley. But a peregrine falcon is the fastest bird in the world. Is that true? Is it? We'll find out in a bit. Question 4. Guess the year Mikhail Gorbachev becomes Premier of the Soviet Union and Dennis Taylor beats Steve Davis on that final black. It all came down to the black. Well, but what year was it? Question number 5, the where am I? Let's just leave that on a few moments, just so you can get your bearings a little bit. Okay. Somewhere in Hinckley. Where am I? We'll find out in a little while. And on to the anagram question. Seems to be causing a little bit of confusion. Croatian request topographer. Rearrange that. It'll give you a village name, right? And then it'll give you the historical industrial site. I'll say no more. There you are. I'll give it away. Why do I always give it away? It's those... Oh, dear. You see, look, John Denny got the anagram. Told you he would. An ex-industrial site. I'd say historical industrial site, if you like. But if you find a village name in that lot, find a local village name in that lot, that should give you a clue as to what type of industrial site you will find. Now, Jan, I can't give it, easier than that. There, okay. So, we'll give you another chance to go through these, of course, after we've had our nosy this evening. Now, if you've seen Steve in his bath, I don't know how he has time to have a bath and do the editing all at the same time when he's doing his noses. Now, last week we had a great nosy from Steve. People loved it, actually. It was a very good one. I think it was up there. I think, Steve, what we'll have to do, ahead of you coming to see us in September, is probably, pick your top 5 or your top 10 favourite noses. So we can probably feature a little one of each or something like that. Probably top 5 or something like that. Might be worth interesting. And we would love Dave Cap to come along because we'd love to show some of his photos on the big screen at the ground. That'd be great now, wouldn't it? Good. So, nosy time it is. Like I said, it's all gone quiet in the chat room now because I gave out the extra clues and it goes quiet. So only 2 people got the anagram at the minute. John Denny and Jeff Wallace. So, how are we all doing with that? We're going to give you a little bit more time to try and have a go as we settled back into this week's Nosy with the man himself, Mr. Steve Picker. Here we go.
We've got to stand here for, Steve. Where the hell is Steve?
He's somewhere about.
Where is he?
Here.
Here he is.
Here I am.
Where you been?
Can I have my microphone, please, David? Yes. Thank you very much. How we diddling? It's all right, isn't it?
Yeah.
Hey?
You got here with your time machine?
Well, yeah, you see, I told you. It was always going to work, wasn't it? Hey, an old petrol pump powered by clay. Yeah. Hello, amazing Adam, if you're watching, buddy. Hey, look at this. The beautiful Laffkill Dale. At the moment, all to herself on a bank holiday Sunday.
Yeah, what could possibly go wrong?
And hey, and there's no better day to have the pissed up priest with you, is there?
No.
He's going to turn the River Laffkill into wine today. You heard it here first. And I'll tell you what, I've even had the Archbishop of Canterbury on the phone. He's worried about his job. He's heard about his rep, ain't he? No, this is a stunning place today, and let's take it at least a little bit seriously, yeah. David. Yeah. But yeah, so you got me, delighted Dave, and everyone's favourite
man of the cloth.
Everyone's favourite man of the cloth, the pissed up priest.
Well,
we've just been worried about him actually. He's just had a nosebleed back there when we got out of the car. We thought he started early, and he's turning the water into wine. Do you know what I mean? Anyway, this place is absolutely gorgeous. He says, I've never been here before, but no, I've seen it on videos and pictures, so we'll go and explore it. It's got more industrial stuff to look at, and you might be thinking he sounds like he's struggling to speak. Well, that's because it's bloody 3 degrees here.
Stop.
In the name of love. That's enough of that. Yeah. Come on, talking like arseholes already. Oh, I've got to go back for my stuff, haven't I, David? Hey. Because I ain't got a camera crew, you know, I have to do it all myself. So in today's video, we are yet again back in the Peak District National Park in Derbyshire, this time at Lafkildale. I think this is the third video in a row we've been in the Peak District, and it's an amazing place, we just can't get enough of it. But Lafkildale, it was the first time I'd visited the place. It was the first time all three of us had been there, to be honest, and we were pleasantly surprised. Outstanding natural beauty mixed with amazing industrial relics. All these images that you're looking at now are courtesy of Google Earth, and they're all in 3D of Lafkildale and the surrounding area. But Lafkildale, like all of the dales, whether it be the nearby Bradford Dale or Dovedale or Monsall Dale, they're all beautiful places. They're stunning. And we got here really early. It was just gone 6 AM yesterday morning when we arrived at Lafkildale. There wasn't a soul there. The mist was still hanging in the dale, and we felt like the only three people on earth, and I just gawp in awe at these places. They just take me to another place, you know, the really special places, and all within an hour's drive. Anyway, let's get on with the nosy, and whilst we're at it, have a bit of a laugh and a bit of fun, because that's what it's really all about. I tell you what, it's great to be out, Dave.
Oh, even though it's a bit colder than yesterday.
Well, I've been a bit depressed all week.
Why is that?
Hey, well, I've been a bit depressed, ain't I? Lost my job, ain't I? Dream job. Zookeeper, wasn't I, for a day. Well, I don't know what's up with them. I mean, all around the zoo they've put signs up saying don't feed the animals. So I didn't. And they blew me out. Hey, I've been blew out more times than a windsock. Right, so we've only been walking for about 10 minutes, and you've got here what looks like a natural landslip, look, that, like Steve said, only happened 10 minutes ago. That's what it looks like, doesn't it? But then Steve noticed this hole here. Now, them two are in there now. Now, we're not sure if it's a lead mine. I don't know if it's natural or what, because it's so narrow in there. I've just gone to go in there. You can't go in there with your rucksack on. You'd have to leave everything out here, and I ain't prepared to do that, to be fair, but... What is there, a sheer drop?
Yeah, it goes down like 2 slides and then vertical.
Oh, that's a proper potholing job, we ain't doing that.
Yeah, we can't do this, it's impossible.
Yeah, so, yeah, we're not going down there, but this is at the start of it, so it's a very interesting place, this. Rich in lead mining heritage and all that. Now, whether that is a mine, I mean, like Dave said, what did you say?
It's 100% cut out, Steve.
Is it? But just look how narrow it is, though, Dave. That's ridiculous. Isn't it?
I know.
Yeah, we'll come out then if it ain't safe. We don't want no casualties today. No, come out then. Do as you're told for once. So off we trotted, 3 men who felt like the only 3 men alive at 6:20 on a Sunday morning, Easter Sunday, to his next port of call, the very mysterious River Lafkill, as it emerges from the limestone in the hillside. What an epic place. And this river, you know, is some of the purest water there is. It's an amazing place, and I actually tasted it, and do you know what? It tasted like some of the finest mineral water you could buy that comes in a bottle. Anyway, let's go and look for this cave as the water emerges from it. Right, so this is where the magic really starts today, and this is the River Lafkill. And I'll be quite honest with you folks, I've never seen anything quite like this, just how it emerges out of this cave. Now I'm going to take you in here. Now we're quite fortunate today, I was hoping that this was going to be happening, but it's a dream come true really, because I was expecting even more water flow here. But in the drier months, in the summer, this is dry here. I think the river actually rises, I think it comes out the actual bed of the dale, don't it, Dave, in the summer, because there's a lot of natural springs here. But this, I'll show you in here, this is fantastic. But I don't know how far we're going to be able to get in here. Right, so we will try and get in here as far as we can. I mean, when this river is gushing, when it's in full flow, it does come out of this cave, but at the minute, as you've probably already seen, it's coming out from the left-hand side there, out of a seam in the limestone. Right, so we've just crawled on his hands and knees up there. I mean, what else would you crawl on? Havoc on the knees. I mean, look at all them sharp rocks there. I can feel it now. But we can stand up at this point, can't we, David?
Yeah, look, you see where the level's been.
Yeah, you can, where the torch is now. So yeah, we are able to stand at this point. And like Dave said, this apparently goes back about 1/4 of a mile. We're not going to be going that far at all. Just wanted to come in here and have a nosy, really, just to say more than anything that we've come. But there is water down there. Now, as I've shown you, it's coming out of the side in a seam. I mean, that's extreme potholing by the looks of it, but you can just see the water there. So in heavy rain, it has to build right up to get above this level to gush out of the cave. But I mean, this is extraordinary, Steve, isn't it?
Yes, brilliant. Sure.
So we've just been up there looking at the Laughkill Head Cave, where the River Laughkill is currently coming out of it at the side of the cave. But I think when this section's actually dry in the summer months, I think it permanently comes out of this spring here. I'm not sure. So when that's dry up there, it comes out of here. Do you know what I mean? So it's a breathtaking place. Wow, so what do you make of this then? Absolutely stunning. And natural limestone waterfall as well. It's absolutely breathtaking. And it's hard to imagine that a couple of 100 years ago, you know, this was a hive of activity down here in this dale, extracting lead from below the ground. Incredible. And I've actually tasted the water up there, as I've already probably mentioned to you. I mean, some of this water is some of the purest there is, and it tasted pure as well. At least it used to be pure until I stood in it with my stinky wellies. But beautiful place, stunning. Right, so what do you make of this then? So we've got the remains of an old water mill here. So the wheel would have been here, roughly, because just there, as you're looking now, you can see where the slider was for the actual sluice gate. You've got the weir there that's built the head of water up to power the mill. So yeah, I think just here, there would have been a wheel here. So undershot wheel as well by the looks of this. But just over here, you can see the remains of the mill. So this reminds me very much of the bone mill at Lumsdale that we looked at. And of course, as you can see now, it's nothing more than just a pile of rubble. But this is indeed our old mill. Fantastic. This still tells a story to me. But what's down here, you won't believe what's been left behind down here. This is fantastic. My eyes lit up when I seen these. So this is quite exceptional for me to have these grindstones still here. And look at the size of them, they're massive. I mean, that's got to be getting on for 1,500 diameter, that is. It's really big, probably just under 1,500, 1.5 metres, just below that. And then you've got one behind it here, look. Fantastic. But what I love here is, so for me, I think roughly the centre of the wheel would have been around about there. As I've mentioned, undershot wheel for me all day long. And then just here, look, in the ground, you've got this stone here that's broken away. There's only around about 1/4 of it left. That's possibly another half of it there. But as you can see, there would have been some gearing in here, and I think this is where the grinding stones would have been, upper level, I imagine. But absolutely amazing. What a place. Right, so it's quite interesting here, because as you can see, you've got this weir, man-made weir. And of course, they've built a head of water up, and I think what's going on, I might be wrong. Well, I know there's a channel here, there's a water channel. Now, I'm not certain, but further downstream, there's some stone pillars that I think are actually listed structures that used to have a wooden aqueduct or a leat on top of them. Now, at this level on the River Laughkill, this is flowing downhill really fast. It's not a level river at all. And so what they've done, when they surveyed it, I think they've come to this point and then realised we can take water from here, divert it down this channel and take it to this wooden aqueduct that feeds a large water wheel that ain't there no more. It used to be on a pump house, I think. They used to pump water out of these deep lead mines because, of course, the more they mined here, you know, near a natural river, the more they got water issues. And I'm going to show you this this channel now. It's really interesting, actually. So as you can see, we've clearly got a channel here. So this is running parallel to the River Lafkill to your left over there. And as you can see, you've got what appears to be a little weir wall here. Very, very old this is, very old. And I'm wondering, as you can see, you've got this square hole, an inlet, and I'm wondering if there was a sluice here. Now where you're actually parked at the minute, bless your cotton socks, there's another one of these structures there beneath the camera. And as you can see, there's a ruined one down there. So I think what we'll do, we'll follow this channel. Now, many people will walk the path that's the other side of the river and maybe never see this. I've just took an educated guess, really, as to this being here. Because, of course, the aqueduct, I might be totally wrong about this, by the way, but for me it makes sense because, you know, where the water wheel is, with this river going downhill, the river's going to be lower than the water wheel level. And that's why the weir's there, isn't it? To build the level of water up. But, well, I'll tell you what, we'll go and have a look anyway. I've got to take you with me, ain't I? I've got to take my camera. You can clearly see now, this is a man-made channel, this is. So I am expecting, because the river's dropped down much lower than when you last seen me up yonder, up there. And I am expecting to see these stone pillars down here. And I really do think this is where the water came down to feed, that wooden aqueduct. I hope so anyway. I hope I'm right for once. Right, so at this point, I'm walking across this channel. Now, Steve and Dave have gone up there to see if they can cross the river. And I've just got down to this point, and they were over there behind where the camera is now. And Dave said, look at that. Looks like a mine entrance. And I've just had a close inspection, and it is. Oops. So what we'll do, we'll get his asses down there and go and have a look. It'd be great for Dave to get some photos, actually. So we're going to have a nosy down here. It looks, you know, we can actually walk in this one just about. So let's go and have a look. Oh my goodness. Now you're only ever going to see this if you come across the river. Hey up! It looks like it to me. Is it any good, Steve? Come over here, you lazy sods, and have a look. Let's go and have a little gander down here. Because the ones we've seen so far, if the mines anyway, they've been, you know, you've got to be like on your hands and knees. Oh my goodness, this, for Christ's sake. Oh, yeah, oh wow. This is a good one. Oh yeah, this has got to be a mine, look at it. Wow. This is a great nosy today, it's got it all, hasn't it? Water mills, waterfalls, mines. Bloody fly just went in my mouth then. Now it appears to be filled in up here. But we've come a nice little way up it. To be fair, it's amazing what took place in these hillsides, isn't it? Right, so this will give you a bit of perspective anyway, what we're up against. I mean, the other two will be along shortly, but yeah, that's filled in. There maybe is the slightest gap up there, you know, maybe people like potholers and what have you come into a place like this. It's not for me all that really tight squeezing malarkey, you know, but I'm more than happy to come up here. I mean, this is fantastic. Clearly for me been filled in. Makes you wonder what's on the other side of there, doesn't it? But we've got that much to see today. We'll get a good video out of this, I hope. It's the gift that keeps on giving, Derbyshire is. Anyway, let's get out of here. Dave will want to take a shed load of photos in here, no doubt, anyway. I bet they're struggling to get across the river, you know, they ain't got the wellies. And for once, it's me who's got mine. But we'll head out of here, any road, and go and see what else there is. But yeah, fantastic. Look at that. That gives you a good perspective, doesn't it? I mean, these are great places to explore, you know, but no chance. You wouldn't have got me working down here. Not on your natty sunshine. So once we'd finished exploring this mining adit, we carried on walking along this leat, and what the footage doesn't show you is just how big this leat is. Now when you're standing on the footpath at the side of the River Lafkill, you can see a big green bank, which is this leat, and I think it was constructed in around about 1830. Now the actual aqueduct that crosses the river, of which you'll see the pillars in a bit, I think that was about 1840 when that was built, but it must have been an immense undertaking to build this. There must have been a lot of men down there, probably the actual miners helped build it. Now that ruin you can see there, we'll be visiting that as well shortly. That's a very interesting structure. Right, so we've been Andy Jones in, left, right and centre, you name it, we've nosed there. On that bloody, on this blooming aqueduct over here. And finally, it's brought us down to this point. Now what you're looking at here are these stone plinths. Now I think these are actually listed structures, and what used to happen was, there used to be a wooden aqueduct on top of here that brought water from the channel that we've been following. Of course, I explained to you earlier about how they built the weir, built a head of water up, because obviously at this point the River Lafkill, which is just out of your shot in front of Dave and Steve, that's too low at this point. So they had to build the water level up to get the water over this point here. And just behind the camera, it turned right, we think, and went down to an engine house. It's absolutely fascinating, this place. Right, so before we carry on chasing this leat down towards a former pumping house that it used to serve with water, I want to show you this place next. This is known as Bateman's House, and this is a fantastic old ruin, and it's got a really interesting story to tell as well. Let's go and have a nosy. Right, so this beautiful old ruin that you see before you is known as Bateman's House. Now there's more to this than meets the eye, because it was originally built pretty much beneath there is a shaft down to what is known as a sough. Now a sough is a way of draining mines under the ground. And what happened here was Bateman actually brought in quite a sophisticated pumping system, but because they were worried about competition around these parts, with all these mines and different companies fighting for the lead, they were worried about industrial espionage, you know, people coming in and breaking the actual system, the pumping system down. So he actually moved in here, apparently. And the great news is we can't actually walk the sough, but we can actually get down to it. So the story behind this old ruin is a brilliant one. And I think what happened was, I think they built it to actually hide this this sophisticated technology that was within it, you know, this pump that was drawing up water from the bowels of the earth, from this sough, you know, to keep the local, you know, lead mines free of water. And of course, you know, competitors in this dale, if they'd have known about it, they would have most likely wanted to get in there and, you know, damage this pump. You know, because it was fierce competition back in those days, as well as with any business now, I suppose. But, you know, just the thought of Bateman taking it, you know, upon himself to actually move into this place to protect this pump is fantastic. Anyway, let's go down some steps into the depths of the earth and look at this sough. And the water is blue down there, it's pure. It's an amazing place, this is. I can't wait to go back up there again. Come on. You can hear the water gushing. Wow, look at that. Well, you coming up? I tell you what, you pair come up and I'll go down. What do you reckon, Dave?
Oh, it's amazing.
This is an amazing explore today. Lumsdale was amazing. This place is underrated.
It blows your mind. The water is so blue down there, Steve.
Amazing. I'm looking forward to seeing it. I've not been in there yet. Oh, is it? Well, this was the house. It came over here. If you look on that, on that info board.
Secret, wasn't it?
Yeah. Well, they were worried about industrial espionage, weren't they? As well.
There.
Yeah. Right, let's go down here. This is fantastic that you're even actually allowed to come down here. I mean, I know we stick our beaks in, usually anyway. It don't normally stop us, does it? But and to think, you know, all this dug out. Unbelievable, honestly. I know you probably get bored of hearing me saying stuff like that, but I can only say how I feel. Do you know what I mean? Right, so we do need a torch. Right. Right, so before I show you down this shaft at this SUF, you've got a really useful information board here, and that diagram there is actually showing you the pump that we use down here that was called a Dakine pump engine. I think that's how you say it. Dakine, something like that. But of course, you know, that's why Bateman lived in the house eventually, because he was worried about people actually breaking into this place and actually breaking the pump. Look at this. Right, so because I keep getting a little bit of interference on my microphone, well, my live footage did anyway, it's okay now. I'm going to narrate this bit. So as you can see, you know, that water's blue, it's turquoise, it's beautiful, isn't it? Now this shaft, it's quite a wide shaft, and I think it's around about 12 metres deep. So, you know, they actually built a house on top of this, so it's capped off at this point here, just above there, but beautiful stonework as per usual. But it was a really nice treat to be able to come down here and see this, and you can just imagine that chugging away of the actual pump, if it had still been there now. Amazing. 200 years ago as well. We're standing in Bateman's house again, and I think this might have been built in the 1840s, I'm not sure actually, but just up there we've either got a mine or a chasm. Steve's already been up. When was it built? 1825. So it's nearly 200 years old then. Right, so we get up there then.
Yeah.
Like I say, we've got a chasm or something up there. Don't worry, Steve, you can walk in front, buddy.
Let's do it, folks.
We've had a right game getting here. Instead of walking on the trusted easy footpath, we've come the Pratt's way.
We're not lazy, son.
Right, so just before we carry on exploring the rest of that aqueduct that goes to the next pumping house, just want to have a quick peek at this this mine behind James Bateman's pump house. Just want to have a quick nosy. What do you reckon, Steve? Looks good. Hey?
Looks very good.
Looks very good, he says. Well, you definitely heard it here first. Oh. Oh yes. What's that? This video ain't gonna self-destruct in 2 minutes, is it, or something? What's beeping?
That's me drone's turned on.
Wow. Let me at it, let me at it. What's up, your drone's come on? Oh, let's take you into the underbelly of Laugh Kildale then. I ain't leaving that out here. You never know. There's enough room anyway, Dave.
Oh yeah, it's massive.
Yeah, it's big in here. But is it a mine or is it a chasm? I don't know. Unbelievable. I tell you what, you can have family days out to bloody Alton Towers. It'll cost you an arm and a leg in that. But for me, this is where it's at. Got water in here. I don't know how far you can go. I mean, I've got my wellies on for once, but it's gated off as well. There is a gate in here. Oh, it's narrow here. If this is a mine, I wouldn't want to come down here every day. Right, so we are heading back out of here. You can get in there. The gate's actually open. It's very confined, as you can see. But yeah, the gate is open, but it means you've got to crawl through quite a bit of water because the gate is very low. Are you taking photos? But because of how far we've got to walk, I really don't want wet jeans. You know what denim's like when it's wet. It's a pain in the arse. Dave's just getting some snaps. But this is, I tell you what, lads, incredible. If this was carved out by people, do you know what I mean? It beggars belief, doesn't it?
Let's just get you two back there.
Right, so we've just walked from up there where the stone pillars are. I'm sorry if I'm boring you or yakking on a bit. It's incredible this. I don't know how long this video is going to be today. But you can see here, see that wall there? So that's clear water channel here, you know what I mean? But it's really interesting here because it's led us to this bit of a bridge here, look. Really old stone built bridge where the water would have passed under once. Now we're not quite sure what we're expecting to see, if there's going to be a ruin of an old engine house where this water goes or what. What's up? Hey? What?
Look at the bridge, we're going to look at this.
Hey? What are you looking at? Oh my God, well, I'm going through the bridge first. It's all going off, I feel like a kid. Right, them pair are getting excited, we're going under here first. Oh, wowzers, this is nice, great detail. So the water would have flowed beneath here once to eventually a really big water wheel, and I think I can see where the water wheel used to be, roughly, because oh my God, look what we've got here, folks. So somewhere where this water came through, where I'm standing now, there would have been another leat here somewhere. I think, do you know what, I might be totally wrong about this, but that is another pump house. And there was a large wheel here somewhere that powered the pumping operation. That is absolutely amazing. What a nosy this has become today. Right, we've got another mine. I'm trying to, yeah, this is the Mandale engine house. That's probably the Mandale mine then, is it? Quite possibly. Now you can't actually get in this mine. It is properly gated off.
But it is accessible for cavers, it says. There's a note on the sidewall.
Oh, is it? So we're not going to be going in there today, unfortunately. But this building here, this Mandale engine house, wow. And very gratefully, we've got a fantastic information board here. So as you can see, we've just walked through that, and then you've got another wooden leat, look. Amazing. That went to another wooden leat, and then, so I'm assuming then, right, so as we're looking at it, that structure, just there, that's the actual pump itself, as you can see. Now the wheel would have been over here somewhere in that vicinity, just there. I'm hoping there's going to be another info board. But I tell you what, let's get down there. I'm absolutely itching to get down there. I'm that excited I can't speak. This place is, again, amazing. Right, so here we are then, the Mandale pumping house. Now, I think this part here, that's got to be the wheel pit, this has, I think, Steve, judging by that photograph up there. I think so anyway. So wheel pit here, the leak would have brought the water in up there, and there'd have been a large, I imagine it'd be an overshot wheel. I think it'd be above breast shot anyway. So overshot wheel, a large wheel at that to power all this. Now I think this wheel, I think I read on the internet that they removed it in maybe World War II. I'm not sure, but I think that's the pumping shaft, isn't it? I'm not certain now without looking at that photograph again. I'm not sure, but what an incredible place. We've got people walking about with dogs, they're looking at it, but they're not really like us, gawping in awe. Unbelievable, isn't it, Steve?
Yeah, it's amazing.
Oh, this is, I tell you what, I thought Lumsdale were a great day. Right, so just before I love you and leave you, this isn't quite the end of today's video. There's some bonus footage for you shortly, but just want to thank you for watching this video, which I think is going to be the longest that I've made so far. There was so much for us to see up there today. We are indeed going to go back for a part 2. And believe it or not, we're up there for about 7 hours. It was an incredible day, and it's what it's all about for us. This is our kind of theme park. But the footage that you're about to see is about 4 or 5 minutes long, and it's us messing about trying to get into this here that you're looking at now. Now, this is a sough. This is the Mandale Mine sough that comes from that pumping station that I've just been showing you. And the water leaves the pumping station and then goes into the River Laughkill. Anyway, without any further ado, let's go and watch it. And as per usual, thank you very much for watching. Really appreciate it. Right, so I've just been saying off camera there that because we've got that the pumping engine house up there, the Mandale pumping engine house, the water's got to be going somewhere and finding its way back into the River Laughkill. And again, for once, I'm right. I'm getting right full of me scent today, aren't I? Well, it's not very often I get that luxury, is it, David?
No, jumps when we go in.
Because we have got, hold on a sec, mate, we've got a really old culvert or sough here, look. And the water, it's gin clear. Look at that. So I'm going to have a little nosy up there. Now, the only problem here is we're in above welly territory.
That's because it's clear.
Yeah. Oh, it's amazing water. You could really drink it, to be honest with you. Oh wow! Hold on. Where's my torch? Hello. It's a good one. It's a good one, David. Now, unfortunately, this water, which, as you can see, it's gin clear. It's cleaner than any water that probably comes out your tap. It's above wellies up there. Now, I've not got anything to dry with, and that goes all the way up to the Mandale pumping engine. I would love to go up there, but I've got a long way to walk. I could take my socks and that off, but I'm going to end up wet. But that is amazing. And I've got water seeping in over the top of my boots.
I could go in, I've got training.
Right, so we have decided we're going up there. I didn't know David brought a towel with him, but I didn't want to get my socks wet. I'm going to have to roll my jeans up. I don't know how I'm going to do this, but things you do. God, I've got such muscular legs. I can't get my jeans up so far. Oh, Jesus Christ. I tell you what, we're not right, are we? No. We ain't right. Going up,
I want to be right, though.
No, I don't. I don't want to be normal. I beg your pardon.
I don't want to be a normal person.
I don't know what we're going to see down here. Well, hey, you recording, Steve? Yeah. I can't get into it. You're only a size 11, ain't you? I'm a 12.
It's going to be bloody freezing, I know that.
Oh, well, you only live once, don't you? Exactly. Well, we survived last week, didn't we? At what's it?
Actually, you die once, you live every day.
Yeah, you do, yeah.
Well, yeah. I mean, we look like a right trio of idiots, don't we? Idiot friends, idiot friends, idiot friends.
Not more...
Right.
I'm behind you.
Right. It's not too bad. Right then, Steve on. Could I please have the camera? Right. Here goes.
See you later, Steve.
Yeah.
Right then, everyone.
Fire and rescue.
Yeah. Oh, bloody, it gets deeper, Dave. Hey? Christ, this is bloody on its own. I'm on my tiptoes here. Oh my God. No, it's going up to my jeans. I can't get wet down here. I've got to walk about 78 miles.
Can you not turn them up, Steve?
No, not anymore. Oh, I tell you what, it's like a carry-on film. Carry on nosying.
Let's have a look then.
You're going up. You can get yours up further than me, so to speak. Oh, bloody hell. I can't get my jeans wet. I'm just going to be uncomfortable and chafed.
Oh, look at that, though.
I know. You're going up.
I won't be able to. I'm much rather. Steve, I've got an idea.
What?
Boxer shorts. We're both wearing boxer shorts. Let's go up in boxer shorts.
Vanessa's right what she says about you. You're obviously trying to get me out of my bloody clothes, you are.
I'm not. I prefer to see a culprit than you in boxer shorts.
On your bye. I ain't going to wear my boxer shorts.
What's he like?
It's in the full Monty. I believe in corvettes.
Yeah. This is for our OnlyFans channel.
OnlyFans channel?
Well, when you got legs like this, look.
You can piss off and all. We're not wearing my boxer shorts. That's what we are. No, we'll come back in the summer and do that when it's red hot. Hey, we'll come back up in the summer when it's red hot. Right, so I'm not sure what's going on yet because we've just that's been a failed attempt for now. I'm not getting the tops of my jeans wet. He's trying to get me to go down the bloody thing in my boxer shorts. He can piss off. But it's so funny. Dave's just said, "I've lost a sock," and we think someone's golden retriever's just nicked it.
Ran off with me sock.
Ran off with his socks. We'll go chase after it. Oh God! I tell you what, I had tears in my eyes then. Unbelievable.
That dog's nicked my sock.
Oh my word! What more can you say? What a great nosy. Actually, to be totally honest, Steve, when I downloaded the film ready for tonight, I didn't realise it was as long as what it was until we started it. And oh my word, 37 minutes worth. Anyway, listen, I think you've all enjoyed that one. Look at all the lovely comments there. Plenty. I know Steve really does enjoy reading your comments. From all his escapades. My word. But I thought he would have thought he was a bigger man than to not want to get wet, but still. Very, very good. Well done. Cheers, Steve, and we look forward to part 2 in the summer. Absolutely we do. Okay, listen, time's getting on. Time for 6 of the best. Let me go through the questions one more time, then I'll ask you to start putting your answers in. So don't put your answers up yet. Let me just repeat the questions one more time. Here we go. In question 1, we was asking what the date on the Hinckley Town chest is in St Mary's Church. Question 2, there were 2 great fires of London which destroyed the city. And the first in 1666 and the second in... Number 3, true or false? The peregrines currently seen in the skies above Hinckley. A peregrine falcon is the fastest bird in the world. Is that true? Is it false? Guess the year. Mikhail Gorbachev becomes Premier of the Soviet Union. And Dennis Taylor beats Steve Davis on that final black. Where am I in Hinckley? Where am I? And the aniogram. Croatian request typographer, an ex-industrial site, or indeed a historical ex-industrial site. Yeah. Now then, let's move on. So what I'm going to do now as we get through. Now remember, only put the answer to the question as we get to them. Don't put in question 5 when we're only on question 2. Okay, so we need to do that. So here we go with question number 1. So what is the date on the Hinckley Town chest? Is it 1613, 1618 or 1620? As I'm looking at the screen now, I'm just waiting for our signal to go out and come back and somebody to answer question number 1. Should be good. Anne Hunt has come back first. She's come with 1613. Dennis says 1618. David Allen 1618. Jan Kirby 1630. If you put 1613, you are correct. Well done. 1630 is the date on the Hinckley Town chest. Absolutely it is. Okay, on to question 2. Yeah, lovely. 2 great fires of London which destroyed the whole city. The first in 1666 and the second one in... Which one of those? Who's going to come first with the correct answer for question number 2? Let's see. So Dennis Perkins, 1756. He's got 1756, which would be, it won't be 1756. Anne Hunt, 1940. John Denny, 1940. Ian Roberts, 1940. Jan Cope. If you've got 1940, well done. That is the correct answer. Yes, because basically it was all down to the Blitz. It was all down to the Blitz. Yes, it was, I tell you. The 29th and 30th of December 1940, the Blitz, the River Thames was at its lowest levels when the Luftwaffe came by and did it all, the thing. Anyway, there you go. Question 2. Question number 3 now. So well done if you got 1940, by the way. True or false? Currently to be seen in the skies above Hinckley, a peregrine falcon is the fastest bird in the world. What, really? In Hinckley? You've got to be joking. You've got to be joking, yeah? Am I joking? Is it true or is it false? David Allen, he says, David Allen says false. False, is that right? No, it's absolute. No. Jan Kirby says false. False. No, listen, it is absolutely true. It's true. It's the peregrine falcon is indeed the fastest bird in the world. And we read that up to be doubly sure we were right. It's true. It's true. So give yourself a clap. Give yourself a point if you put true to question number 3. Oh, Daniel Coburn. Oh, I didn't know that. Well, there you go. Every day's a school day here at HDPP. Right, guess the year. Mikhail Gorbachev becomes the Premier of the Soviet Union. Dennis Taylor beats Steve Davis in that final black. What year are we looking for? What was the year? Jan Kirby's come first with, she's come through with 1985, let's see. David Allen, 86. Dennis Perkins, 85. Russet Gregg, 85. Well done. Yes, it was 1985. Yeah, everyone's getting that one. Well done. John Denny getting it as well. Daniel Coburn, well done. Enough. Well done indeed. 1985. Now then. Now we get down to the nitty gritty, as they say. Where am I in Hinckley? Right, let's just see. I'm sure John Denny will be straight in with this, because you know he sits there all smug, but never comes to our meetings anymore. Yeah, we know. We've been making notes. Yeah. Let's see if anybody knows. Right, who's going to be first in to say where we are? Well, he said Albert Road School. I'm going to go with Jan Kirby on this one, John, because we're not looking at Albert. Although within the vicinity of Albert Road School, we're actually looking at the Methodist Church, actually. So I'm going to give that to Jan Kirby, who's come first. Absolutely. It's the Methodist Church roof and schoolroom. The schoolroom, and let me just show you. I'll go into the wider picture. Oh, that's not it. Wait a minute. Where am I? Here we go. There's the wider picture, and there's the schoolroom. You can see sort of middle of the picture, and then you can see the picture roof of the chapel and stuff. So I'm going to go for Albert Road Methodist. Or if you'd have said Dares Walk, I would have took that. John, I knew it was around there somewhere. Anyway, so that's what we're looking for, that Methodist Church. Anyway, never mind. But Daniel Coburn says, nope, I'm wrong. Well, listen, yes, but you're honest, you see. This is the thing. Doesn't matter. You've had a go. Okay, let's see now. And I'm already sure that John Denny and that also Jeff and Dennis have already typed their answer. Croatian request topographer. It's an ex-industrial site, or indeed ex-historical industrial site. If you got the village, you will get what it is. Here we go then. Jeff Wallace. Granite Thorpe Quarry Sapcut. Yes, Thorpe Granite Quarry Sapcut. John, it's the other way round. It's Granite Thorpe Quarry, but we'll give it you. Right. And Granite Thorpe, well done. If you got Granite Thorpe Quarry, that will do. Granite Thorpe Quarry in Sapcut, well done, that will do you, so well done. Jan Kirby's already sent her scores in, said, right, that's 4 for me then. Right, let's have your scores then, please, boys and girls, if you would be kind enough. Jan, bother. I got Sapcut, said Carol Beasley. Couldn't remember the name. Ah, well, never mind. Yep, Sapcut Granite Thorpe, you see you all going there? Yeah, never heard of it before, says John. Well, there you go. Alan Crop 3, Alan 3, Marie 2. Right, Elaine Galloway 5 for me. Well done, Elaine. John Denny 5. 1 for David Allen. 4 for me, says Anne Hunt. And Russet says the usual 1. Bless her. 5. We've got a few people got 5 today then. Well done, Paul Glover. 3 for Carol B. Says, that's good, Carol, isn't it? Yeah. And Daniel, halfway for me, 3. Jeff Wallace, just the 1. Just the 1. And Dennis Perkins, 3. 3 par the course. But yeah, well, listen, well done. It's just taking part and having a go. That's what it's all about. We always have a bit of fun. It's been a bit of a longer broadcast tonight, what with our extended viewing with the nose there. But it was good, wasn't it? Absolutely it were. Now, all being well, we should be back next Sunday night. Let me just remind you, museum is open tomorrow. If you're not working or whatever, go along, visit the museum for this year. Don't forget, a week on Wednesday, we've got our social night as well. So come along. Hinckley in colour. It's going to be good. Some real good images which have been coloured, and some really do look good. So come along. Tomorrow night, HDPP, we're out and about. We're down at the Salvation Army. Tomorrow night, we're visiting the men's group. So that's looking forward to that. It's always good fun, actually, when we go down to the Salvation Army. So it's nice to be out and about. And a week on Monday, I'm taking a group of young children on a little tour around the town from the Hinckley Park School. They're heritage heroes, they are. Great kids. And we're going to give them a little walk around the town a week on Monday. So don't go down Castle Street Monday afternoon, because you're going to see us parading through the town and all going, oh yeah. You know what us HDPers are like anyway. Anyway, it's been great being with you tonight. Thank you very much for joining me. Glad you've made it to the end of the stream, and we look forward to seeing you indeed next Sunday night at 7:30. So remember to keep it HDPP, to keep it live. Until then, take care. Ta-da! Hello. Yes, regular viewers will know that if they hang around a little bit after the broadcast, this is the part we don't talk about. And who would with crappy jokes like this? Anyway, time for a few dad jokes to round the night off. Send you to bed with a little chortle or a little groan, as the case may be. More often than not, the latter, it has to be said. Anyway, so if you are ready, I am ready. Let's give you a few dad jokes. I told my doctor I heard buzzing, but she said, that's just a bug that's going round. Lovely. You can tell it's a dogwood tree from its bark. Love it. On a more serious note, I just got my doctor's test results and I'm really upset. Turns out I'm not going to be a doctor. My ex and I have a very amicable divorce. I know this because when I posted on Facebook's I'm getting divorced, she was the first one to like it. Nearly there. My wife told me she didn't understand cloning. I told her, well, that makes two of us. I love it. Finally, I love this one. I haven't spoken to my wife in 4 years. I thought it'd be rude to interrupt her. Good night. Oh dear. Besides.